Artificial intelligence will make you obsolete as a developer unless you heed these 3 warnings. There's been a lot of impactful things in the world of technology over the years, but in our current day and age, artificial intelligence is probably one of the biggest ones, and honestly, one of the scariest ones for a lot of people. I keep seeing all the time different posts on LinkedIn or Facebook or other places talking about artificial intelligence, and lots of developers worrying about what's that going to do to my job? Is my job going to go away because of artificial intelligence? While I don't think AI is going to kill tons and tons of development jobs, I actually think it's going to create more jobs. But there are some ways that AI could impact your career if you're not careful. Today, I want to discuss 3 ways that AI can hurt your career and how you can adjust to either use AI to your advantage or to protect yourself from it hurting you in the future. Hey Junior Devs, Dev Mentor Dave here, helping you bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career. More than likely, you've probably played around with some form of AI, whether it's ChatGPT or maybe something creating images from text or something like that. Leave a comment below and tell me, what do you think is going to be the biggest impact of artificial intelligence on the development world in the next 5 to 10 years? AI and machine learning and all these different new technologies are here to stay, and they're already impacting the dev community in multiple ways, in the tools that we use, in the way that we even think about development, and the way that we think about the things that we're creating, the things that we're writing as developers. It's impacting, it's seeping into all kinds of areas of our lives, even just as consumers. There are 3 false things that I think AI will give us if we're not careful, especially as developers. And I want to warn you about those false realities so that you can make the right choices and the right decisions now as a junior developer that will help you move forward in this age of innovation and artificial intelligence in a way that will be an impactful career to truly take you from learning to code to launching a successful career. So let's dive into the first false reality. Several months ago, we had some friends over to our house, and they have a daughter about the same age as my youngest daughter, and they were playing in my daughter's room, and my daughter came out crying and fearful, and I was like, what's the problem? The other young lady that was in that room had told my daughter that she had seen a doll that was sitting over on the shelf move. My daughter's a little fearful anyways, even though we don't let her watch scary movies or anything like that. So this kind of set her off, and she was afraid. She was really freaked out that that doll had moved, even though she didn't see it move. She didn't have any proof that it moved, just that her friend told her that it was going to move, and that was enough to really set her over the edge in fear. That's really the first false reality that we need to understand about artificial intelligence. AI will give you a false fear. One of the biggest fears that developers are facing right now with artificial intelligence is the idea that AI is going to get rid of all the need for developers. And that just simply isn't true. There's so many things that developers do that AI simply can't do yet. AI really is not creative. Yes, it can do things that seems creative. It can make pictures. It can write stories. In fact, I even had it write a story for my son's birthday as a little treat for him. So it can do all these things that seem creative, but really it's not coming up with this stuff on its own. It's derivative. It's deriving from other things, other inputs that have been given to it, and yes, learning things, but it's also taking other things and it's putting it together and creating based on what it has and what it knows. It's not like a developer who has to sit there and think through everything and come up with its own ideas, its own solutions. You know, it's not the same thing. It's not going to be able to have the same power as a human has to problem solve. Can it do some things faster? Absolutely it can, but it's always going to be based on the information that's put into the system, what it knows, what it has been given. It's not going to just be able to create things or learn things the way that humans learn. Now, that doesn't mean that AI won't impact some jobs. Sure, there are some things that AI will make easier for us to do, and so it might eliminate some lower level positions or might eliminate certain types of jobs, but it's not going to get rid of developers altogether. The key is understanding what AI is currently capable of doing, how that can actually help you in your job to make you better, and understand what that impact is going to look like in your industry and your part of this development industry, this development career. You need to be able to adapt your working style to integrate AI where it's necessary, but not where it's not necessary. So the first false reality that AI gives us is a false fear. It's not the end of the world. The sky is not falling. You can move forward and you can be successful even in the age of AI. I have 2 teenage sons and they love to go outside and play, especially basketball. We don't have a great place to play basketball because we have a driveway that looks like this, which is not very helpful when you're trying to shoot a basketball and dribble around and things like that. But I've gone out and played with them a few times, and I must say I like playing basketball with my sons because even though they're getting older now, I'm still better than they are. And I am not very good at basketball. I do not jump. I don't run very well. I'm not a great dribbler or shooter, but I'm still better than them. And it really makes me feel pretty good when I play basketball with my sons because I can still beat them pretty badly. And that's the next false reality that we need to be careful of when it comes to AI. See, AI will give us a false sense of success. One of the great things about AI is it can help you write a lot of simple code, a lot of code that you have to do over and over again. You can write simple commands, you can give it information, and it can create functions, and it can create classes, and it can create all this code that you can then use to manipulate and then put into your project. In fact, there are lots of different AI tools that you can use right now to integrate into your development process. And if you're not careful, you can use that so much and rely on it so much that you might begin to think that you are a better developer than you really are. See, AI, if you lean on it too much, if you let it do too much, will keep you from actually being the problem solver, actually being the developer, actually being the code writer that you need to be in order to move up and become and grow your skills, become that mid-level or senior level developer. Not only can it give you a false sense of success because it gives you things that you would normally have to figure out yourself, but it also provides an opportunity where you're not forcing yourself to learn new things. You can ask ChatGPT and other AI options a lot of different questions and get some decent feedback and get some answers to problems that you might be facing in your own code. But that doesn't mean you're actually learning anything. It just means that you're getting information. It's like going to a senior dev and telling them you have a problem and they just fix it for you instead of explaining what the issue was and helping you understand and learn and grow. That's what you need as a junior developer. You don't need AI to do your job for you. You need to learn and grow, and that requires more than just having AI. And if you use AI to write a lot of your code, if you use AI to answer a lot of your questions, even to find bugs in your software and things like that, you're not going to grow as quickly as developers who are not relying on it as much. So I would suggest that you only use AI specifically for things that you know, so that you can do them faster. Don't rely on AI to answer your questions or to do things that you don't know. Rather, force it to do the menial tasks, the things that you already know, so that you can focus on learning and growing the things that you don't know. Before we get to the third false reality, if you find this information helpful, could you hit the like button for me so we can get it out to more junior developers and help them not be afraid of AI? One of the cool things about AI is image generation, and I have Photoshop and I use it sometimes to try to manipulate some of the images, even on the thumbnails here for the YouTube channel, the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel. But what's really funny is you have to be very careful and very specific when you input the information to generate the images that you want, because quite frankly, most of the images that I get back from AI are not very good. They're not very helpful. They're just basically wrong most of the time compared to what I'm hoping for, what I'm expecting, what I'm trying to describe. And that's the third false reality. See, AI oftentimes will give you false answers. I've seen this happen so many times, so many posts on LinkedIn where people are showing how AI wrote this piece of code and that it's completely wrong. It's not the right solution for what they're trying to do. Something that I've noticed when working with ChatGPT, asking it to develop certain things for me or write certain pieces of code for me, its information is limited. It didn't have the most up-to-date documentation on the framework that we were using, and so some of the ways that it was trying to implement things was not correct because it was using documentation from an old version of the framework. So AI can actually really hurt your career if you lean on it too much, if you're not taking the time to check it to make sure that it's actually giving you good answers. Does it give you okay answers? Sure. Most of the time the information it gives you is accurate or is helpful, but that doesn't mean it's the best solution. Never assume that the content that AI gives you is correct. Never assume that it is complete. You should be double checking anything that you use from AI generated material. You should basically be doing a code review on any code that your AI tool writes to make sure that it fits within your program that you're writing, that it fits within the logical structure of what you've been working on, that it fits to solve the problem that you're actually trying to solve. You need to do a code review of AI, because if you don't, it could be writing bad code. It could even write insecure code at times that could really damage your career. So the three false realities of AI are that it gives you a false fear, it gives you a false sense of success, and sometimes it gives you false answers. Of course, AI does give us a lot of things to be thankful for as developers and the help that it provides to us, but there's also other things that you need to be thankful for. Check out this Thanksgiving episode to be reminded of 3 things that you should be thankful for in your junior developer journey. Hey, if you're finding this content helpful and you've not subscribed to the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel yet, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified the next time we upload another video. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you on the next one.